Port Talbot as a town probably has a long-standing bad reputation around sustainability, around pollution and things like that. It's probably most famous for the steelworks here. And there's been challenges around having that industry here over the years. They're really trying to change that mindset, both internally and externally, about what Port Talbot can be.
One of the real important things in this project and why it was so good to work on was this was the first of its kind. This building stands as it was a pathway project to show how you could actually not just produce a building that is NZC and energy positive, but also you could have a building that was affordable and buildable.
This development is a key project for the council. It's certainly about future learning and moving forward on other construction projects, and this has definitely been a big learning curve for the council. This building is a research and development facility, so we're looking companies to come in to fit in with our sort of philosophy around research and development.
One of the major sort of things with this building is first of its kind to have the amount of analysis that's going on on every single stage. So through its life now, every single circuit is monitored to see how much energy it's using. So that means that the results come out, we can plug that back into our energy model, which exists as a digital twin for that. And we can actually analyse where the building is using more energy than it should.
Energy positive was the main aim of the project and was the main point in the brief, but we quickly realised through the design process that we didn't have to forget about embodied carbon, we didn't have to forget about biodiversity. What we ended up with is an understanding that the whole life carbon payback of the building is less than this design life. So effectively this building over a period of 34 years will pay back all of the carbon that is expelled through construction, through materials and through energy as well.
From the earliest possible stages, we replicated the geometry of the building in our energy modelling geometry.
I'd never seen this before, just the efforts of everyone working collaboratively all the way from design to site. When I went to site, I came across a manager who had a particular issue with a light on site. So rather than him turn into a paper-based physical drawing, they actually turned to a virtual model to interrogate it with me, and we were able to resolve that potential issue.
Making sure that everyone's in the room is really key to the successful delivery of a project. One of the key features is having those modules of the PV integrated, so we're not looking at massive gaps in places and things like that. What that ended up as looking in the real world was, we had the PV contractor in the room, we had the cladding contractor in the room, we had all our consultants and us, and we figured that problem out collectively.
We took the decision to use these PV panel unit sizes and say, hey, let's make the windows fit them. This is the main facade of two elevations of the building here. And that drive for simplicity, for repetition, really helped us to streamline.
We're in 2022 where we're facing, one of the largest energy crises we've ever had. And here we are stood in a building that is generating more power than it uses, done within a budget that's not huge, it's a reasonable budget, but also producing an architecturally really interesting project as well. It's very crisp.
I think the first thing that hits me when I've come down to see the building is the approach, and you come into the car park and you've got that amazing, slightly odd facade of PV panels, but it's the rhythm of the front face of that building, the way that it just sort of moves from one end to the other.
Working on a job where we set the rules from the start. We were involved from the initial modelling that was done from the start of the project, which is unheard of for M&E engineers to come and do that. For me, seeing it now complete, obviously you can look at all the PV panels and you can look at all the great energy elements, but also just the finish of the building and the finish of the M&E and how functional it is as a space. It's just been, remarkable for me to work on.